Michigan Replay with Bo Schembechler and Jim Brandstatter. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Michigan Replay. The Wolverines retain the Little Brown Jug with a 49-15 victory over the Minnesota Golden Gophers up at the Notre Dame in Minneapolis. And Coach Schembechler, it was a 49-15 win, yet a sluggish start. It looked like in the first quarter of that game, Michigan was left back in Ann Arbor.
Well, typically, we kicked off, and they marched right down the field and scored. And then once we moved the football, we went down and scored. However, we were called for holding, then went for a field goal and missed our first field goal of the year. So it was one of those first quarters when you figured, I hope we wake up before this game is over.
It was a tough game to play, too, because of the fact you had an emotional game the week before and an emotional game coming up. Right. You were on the road. Those things all played into that, didn't it?
It's very difficult to play this game. It was a tough week of practice. It's tough to sell them on the fact that this could be a tough game. I was very apprehensive about Minnesota because I felt they were capable of beating us, since they've already done it twice in my career anyway.
Right. There's the Little Brown Jug. It was ready to go, and on their first drive, it looked like they would beat you.
Right. Schaffner passes out here to strain the big tight end, and they went to the corners a little bit, threw some outcuts, and then this bootleg pass, and we had him sacked, and he threw the ball off balance, but completed it clear down to our 26-yard line.
And this really is the best their offense has looked in quite some time.
That's right. And, of course, the great back, Darrell Thompson, ran for about 5 or 6 and then banged in for the score. I don't know. They went 76 yards or something like that.
And it looked kind of easy.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it looked kind of easy. And
looked kind of easy.
That had to worry you a little.
This is Tony Bowles' first carry of the game. Breaks out for 17 yards, gets into Minnesota territory and got hit right here and hurt his right knee. The knee's being examined there by the doctors, and we don't know how bad it is, but he's out of the game for good. Michael Taylor comes back. He hits Greg McMurtry for a touchdown. Unfortunately, we were called for holding. After the penalty, we went to the field goal, and J.D. Carlson missed his first field goal of the year, and so we're still trailing 7-0.
And you're trying to find the alarm clock.
Yeah, that's right. We got to get up here, get going. Taylor goes back to pass, hits McMurtry at the 30.
The pass was there, and that's what really got you started.
The pass got us going. Of course, we started the game with 3 passes unsuccessfully. Here he throws back to Chris Callaway. And we're across midfield here real fast. A bootleg pass. Mike puts it up in the air. It's a little bit short. And Greg was wide open early, and he took the ball away from 2 Minnesota defenders for our first score and made it 7-7.
And that's in the second quarter. And now your special teams come in and, again, give you a boost and help wake you up.
Gave us a break here. Herbal, the Minnesota punter, punted this ball, and of course, we've been working hard on our returns, and Trip Wellborn's a good return man. Got it out to the 40, and we're on our way again.
Did you know going into the game the pass was going to be big for you?
Yes, they've been passed on for over 200 yards a game, average, and we thought we could throw on them, and we went to the pass here. Leroy Horde bangs inside the 30. We ran the ball pretty decently, but our passing game really got us started and made the big plays. Here he rifles on a crossing pattern to Greg McMurtry, and Greg runs it in for a touchdown. His second, actually scored 3. One was called back. This is his second of the quarter.
And that makes it 14-7, and then Minnesota comes back, but the defense started to stiffen. Did you
started to play a little bit, started to put a little more pressure on the quarterback. Here he looked like he fumbled the ball, but the official said that he passed it. Finally get the ball back at the 30. Here Leroy Horde goes ripping off tackle and goes in standing up for the 3rd touchdown to make it 21-7.
At that point, you got to figure, okay, we're starting to get back in it a little bit mentally, I think.
We're playing pretty well now. Just before the half, this is a 3-play drive for a touchdown, a 28-yard run by Leroy Horde, stops the clock with a minute left. Mike goes back to pass. And we had receivers open all day here. Callaway right over the middle with a big gainer. Mike comes right back. This is the 3rd play of the drive just before the half. And he hits McMurtry on the corner route, who goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And we're up 28-7.
28 points in the second quarter. It looked like Michael looked left and looked at defense off McMurtry.
You can't throw those passes if you don't look them off.
Was it a reason that he went to McMurtry more often than Callaway? Callaway didn't get the touchdowns. McMurtry got 3?
Well, the next time it'll probably be Callaway instead of McMurtry. It just depends. You know, whoever's open on the routes and he goes to them. Whatever Mike's reads are. Mike's good at reading the secondaries and knowing where to throw the ball. He doesn't make very many mistakes in that.
We'll be back and we'll take a look at the second half highlights. But first we'll hear from Greg McMurtry, who talks about the Wolverines' slow start against Minnesota.
We came out a little sluggish, and I think everyone realized that, hey, we can't let this one slip away, and we turned around in the second quarter and started playing the way we had to play. We basically just took the passes when they gave it to us, and that was a lot of times today, and we got some big plays, and Mike was accepting well today, and fortunately, we came out and did some big plays, like I said, and came out with a big victory.
Mentally, you have to make a mental adjustment. Once you make your mental adjustment, then physical will just, come into play. We just had to get ourselves ready and stop playing ball, or else it's going to cause ourselves a Big Ten title. Simple as that.
Well, the Wolverines certainly woke up. Mike Evans had a lot to do with that in the second half, the second quarter, actually. And going into that second half with the big 28-7 lead, I know you sometimes don't like that kind of situation,
yeah,
but you had to be delighted with the way the team responded with their first possession in that second half, because it was like the game was on the line.
Well, once we got to football in the second half, we moved it, Jim. And that was critical. If you're going to take control of the game, you have to do that. Here, Leroy Horde runs in his first drive, picks up 7 yards. Unfortunately, got injured at that time and left the game. Gerard Bunch, the fullback, bangs in there for a first down. Alan Jefferson is now in at tailback. Skirts left end with good speed, picks up good yardage for close to a first down. Here's a 3rd and 3. Mike goes back to pass, finds McMurtry over the middle again for a big gain, and that route had been real good for it. Rolls out here on first down at the 3-yard line and hits Jefferson in the corner for a touchdown. So we took the ball on the second half kickoff, went down to score to make it 35-7.
4 touchdown passes in the game for Michael Taylor, ties the Michigan record, and then they started to come back with their young quarterback.
Well, they got field position on us here at the 38-yard line and threw over the middle of their tight end again and got down in there close. We had a 4th down and 1. They ran the option play with Fleetwood in at quarterback now, and he picked up a first down. And then finally, Fleetwood went in for the touchdown on the option. They went for the 2-point play and got it as he scrambled in for the touchdown, so it's 35-15.
The one thing you did do in the second half, and here's an indication, is the pass was still there, and yet you went ahead and banged away with the run.
We ran the football quite a bit. This is Jefferson on another good run. He came in and when Horde got hurt and was a 3rd tailback and did a remarkably good job. Mike comes out here and throws to Callaway for a first down, and we're moving the ball real well, Jim. 3rd and 6, gives the ball to Alan Jefferson, who breaks outside, bangs into the end zone for a touchdown, and it's 42-15.
And again, that had to be another drive that you were very pleased with, because this game, while it had gotten away a little bit, you guys were still playing and concentrating hard.
Oh yeah, we were working hard and doing a good job. Jefferson here in the wishbone. We have John Vaughn in here at tailback now, young redshirt freshman, and he runs past the 30 for another first down.
Maybe a little look at the future?
Well, give him a chance to play here. Elvis Gerback hits Desmond Howard. That's St. Joe High School in Cleveland to St. Joe High School in Cleveland for a touchdown.
Big win for you. You win the Brown Jug. You take it home, and that's important. A lot of people have lost the tradition of the Brown Jug, and yet you really realize how important it is when you lose it, I think.
That's right. You never really realize until somebody comes over and takes it after they've beaten you. Then you find out that these trophies do mean something. And, the Little Brown Jug is the oldest trophy, I think, of any in the country, played between 2 schools. And we've been fortunate to keep it here most of the time.
Overall, other than the first quarter, you had to be real pleased with the performance of the club, especially in a tough situation with that emotional game behind you with Illinois, the one coming up. They had to respond on the road, and I thought they did a good job.
They did, and I'm pleased that we won the game. and how we won it. Of course, we slow started again. I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that our first two running backs are, banged up right now. Hopefully we'll have them back. I really won't know that until later in the week.
The other problems that you've had earlier in the season, it appears as though the kicking game is coming around. I mean, the placement game has been good with Carlson doing the job. The punting game seems Stapleton's getting things going a little bit better.
Well, we're a little better. We're doing a better job there. We're covering better. We had a great punt return, which was good. Kickoff returns, I think we could do a little better job. But taking everything into consideration, it was a good victory for us in preparation for the big one coming up.